Welcome to season 3.
Bro, this is not season 3. This is just us not coming in and recording.
Tacos con todo.
Oh, are those tacos? You better believe they're tacos.
Let's get a taco. Who would have thought they'd have tacos here?
You realize that's probably a Camel ass taco.
Told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight.
Give me one of those famous giant beers I heard so much about.
What's against your lips? It's so good. Start the episode already. What are we doing?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Talking with Beer. I'm Alfie.
And I'm your boy Philly Phil, aka Philly V, aka Phil. And if you are watching us on YouTube, we ask that you please hit the subscribe button so that way you get notified every time we drop a new episode. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all other good audio platforms, make sure you hit the subscribe button on that so that way you two guys can be notified every time we drop a new episode, which is today.
And please hit that like button.
Ding, 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 ding.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? How you been?
Oh, good, man.
Good. I know
good.
we haven't been in here for I know you say we're in season 3, but really we just haven't been in here in a month.
Yeah.
You know, because life happens.
Vacation.
Vacation.
Mode, bro.
It is
the
vacation.
Summer.
I feel like July is the ultimate vacation month for everybody to take vacations, but it's the hottest month everywhere.
Yeah.
Even if you go to Florida, it's the humidity out there just kicks everybody's ass. Doesn't even kick their ass. It kicks them in their asshole. Because it's just so hot.
Yep.
And I hate the heat. And, I was born in July. And last time we were on here, we were talking about my party.
That's
the birthday
true.
party that
Yeah.
we were going to have. And then, we had it. And it's just so fucking hot.
Yeah, I know.
I hate that I'm a summer baby.
How about my allergic reaction?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know, man. It's I hate my skin, dude. And it's one little thing will, especially with a certain bug, man, it destroys my skin, bro.
So from the last episode that people heard from us, we had a party and it turned out it was okay. It was great, I didn't have a lot of people in there because we just don't like a lot of people. But overall it was really good. And yeah, you somehow got bit up crazy by I don't know, ants, mosquitoes.
Yep.
It was something, and it just looked like you just got allergic reaction, and I was like, bro, you are not about to die at my house. I don't have home insurance for people.
Yeah, I know. You were so concerned about that, and not about the reaction. Thanks, man. Everybody was like, "Are you okay? Do you feel fine?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel fine. It's just."
My wife was like, Alfonso, you okay?
My legs are on fire.
Yeah.
But, it's like your mom gave me some, some stuff to put on my legs that, made it completely numb.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow. I didn't know they made, what was it, Benadryl?
Yeah.
No,
It's a Benadryl itching cream.
Yeah. I didn't even know they made
Bro,
that.
we have a ton of that stuff at the house because we live in basically.
There's a lot of shit
a lot of
bugs.
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And mosquitoes are fucking stupid. I hate mosquitoes. I know everything has a purpose in life and everything has a reason for living. I just can't find one for mosquitoes. And then so recently we went on vacation. Me and my wife and my kids, we went to North Padre Island out there in Corpus. Yeah. And those mosquitoes out there are like fucking flies. Like flies, bro. Not even
they look
joking.
Like cicadas.
Yes,
what
bro.
the fuck?
And it's crazy
when
around here you won't know you got bit until it's you start itching damn. Or if you just so happen to look down and you see something biting you. But over there, bro, you can feel them land on you, bro. Just on your face. And first I thought it was a big ass fly, but then I saw it was a mosquito and I'm like, I don't even think I'm gonna like this trip. I hate mosquitoes. It's something in my blood. I can't go outside for shit. As soon as I go outside, boom, it hits me. And they like to attack the back of your neck. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know. It's uncomfortable. I hate it.
Yeah, I know. I don't think anybody likes mosquitoes, and I'm pretty sure nobody knows the reason or the purpose for fucking mosquitoes to exist. But they existed even since dinosaur times. That's the reason why we have dinosaur DNA these days, right?
Yeah. So I guess they serve its purpose by giving us history.
I guess.
But I don't think it's the right history because fuck these guys, bro. I can't wait for winter. So I could be like, fuck you bastards.
Yeah. You got a Airbnb out there, right?
Yeah, we actually we had a little condo, little apartment out there on the islands. So it was pretty good, man. We just in the back of the dock, it was fishing. Now I like fishing. I know I try to invite you fishing, and you're just like, I'm not fishing. But I enjoy it, and messing with those type of fish, it's a whole different other ball game than messing with the fishes in the fucking lake.
Well, oh yeah, I'm sure, man. I did a lot of fishing when I was a kid, though. I mean, I did a lot of. I went to like Long Beach and what's the other beach? I can't remember, but we used to go a lot as a kid, and I don't know, man. It's like 4:30 in the morning. I mean, not that I already don't have to wake up for work for that. I mean, at that time, but on a Saturday,
I got a fucking hangover. But you're not really a patient person, and fishing requires a lot of patience.
Yeah, I feel like I would get like super hammered before I got anything. I'd just be sitting there
all
like,
talking loud. It was when I used to go fishing with my dad when I was younger. He used to always say like fishes can sense the sound. So anytime I'll be talking to him, he'd be like, Phil, shh. I don't know if he was saying it to shut me up, but I don't know. He'd be like, Phil, you're talking too much. You're gonna scare the fishes away. Yeah. And now that I'm older, I'm like, what the hell? Like, how does sound even travel down there?
I think he was just trying to keep logically, this shit peace and quiet.
Like logically, now that I'm thinking about it, like, okay, I'm a kid, I'm up on top on the land, and I'm talking, and the fishes are down there. No telling how deep they're down there, and somehow my voice is making them scare away. That doesn't make sense.
I think he was just trying to get you to shut the fuck up.
I think so.
It's like, I just came out here to drink my beer in peace,
right?
And you're fucking with that.
Yeah. He's like, Phil, because I'll be like, hey, Dad, because I was little, so I was curious. So I asked him like, Dad, do this, Dad, do that, blah blah blah, and he was just all like, look, Phil, you're scaring all the fishes away. You gotta be quiet. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And my dumb ass, oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, and when I talk to him, Dad, hey, come here. How do I have to be loud? I don't want to scare the fishes. And then all of a sudden, on the other side of the lake, you see motherfuckers on the boat. And now that you think about it, it's like, I'm not being loud, but yet you see these big ass fucking jet skis fucking flying, and then they're not scaring the fishes away. Like, come on.
Yeah, they're definitely disturbing the fucking shit out of the water,
right? So but no, but God forbid of my sound of my voice, yeah. So I could see why.
So I mean, did you catch anything good while you're out there?
I didn't realize I did a lot of bonding time with my middle son, Andrew. Mm-hmm. And he likes a lot of things that I like, and I didn't realize that. I guess it's one of those when you have multiple kids, you try to adapt to each one of them, and find out what their interests are in all of them. But my oldest one, he's 14, so he's in that moody teenage stage. Yeah. Like he wears fucking hoodies right now. And
it's like, I know everything, you know nothing.
Yeah.
Where it's like the way you're like, hey, you should do this. I know more than you.
Yeah, right, like, exactly. Or then like he sleeps all day, stays up all night, doesn't want to come outside his room. It's like they hibernate in there. They're just being a typical teenage boy. So it's hard for him to kind of like come out. And since we had a condo, it was 2 bedrooms. So he had like a bedroom to himself. So it's like, all right, dude, you want to come the fuck out? I should have just left your ass at home. Yeah. Yeah. But Andrew, my middle one, he's 11. And when I was going fishing, he was like, can I go with you? And I was like, yeah, come. That was the one that at least think that he would like what I was doing. But nah, man, we went out there, we fished day and night. And even at the waves, when we went to the ocean. Now, the ocean out there the Gulf was pretty clean. It was clear, and they had some big-ass waves, and the water was warm. So I was exciting. And we got them big-ass waves. Now, have you ever went boogie boarding?
The fact that the water was so clear, that's the reason why I thought you were in Florida, because I was like, that ain't no fucking Texas beach shit.
No. And it's crazy because, like, when I went out there, like, it's a national, it's called Mustang Island, so it's like a national park. Yeah. Right. And then my wife just told me like 2 days ago that, these new beaches that are like covered by the hotels and stuff like that, they actually bring in people that bring in clear sand, like clean sand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought it was like, I thought it was all by the actual beach and stuff. Like whatever the ocean produced or whatnot. But no, a lot of these places that have like a lot of people that go out there, their sand is like really fluffy and it's white. Because they're actually brought in by the trucks.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, where we went, it wasn't as fluffy, but it was sand, and it didn't really stick on you. You know how, like, you go out there to the beach, and a lot of the sand just kind of stays on your feet or whatnot? But she said, no, a lot of hotels pay for that. So it brings in a lot of tourists.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can imagine because it makes it look so much cleaner.
Yeah, exactly.
it's like, yeah, I actually want to. Well, where you were at, I'd definitely go because Corpus Christi and what's the other one?
Galveston.
Yeah, my God, dude, that water.
Well, over there in Corpus,
It just looks so fucking dirty. I
Over-
know it's because there's just like, I don't even know what it is, but it just looks dirty.
over there in Corpus, they have. We went to go visit the Lexington battleship, and then we went to the Texas Aquarium, and those are really cool places. And they have a thing beach
I've been
out
to
there
both.
called North Beach. And when we went out there, I was looking at it, but I didn't go in the water. But I was like, wow, that just looks like dead water. It looks like a lake water. There's no waves. It's just gravel on the floor. And I'm just like, what the hell is this place? But that's in Corpus. But if you go a little bit further out where we stayed at, which is the islands, North Padre Island, there's a little national park that's like hidden somewhere that you have to go way out there. But luckily for us, it was like across the street from where we're staying. But that's where like you can actually park on the beach. You can just that's where like a lot of surfers and people go. Because the waves are like huge out there.
Were you gonna ask me about if I've been on
A boogie board.
Oh, boogie board.
A boogie
I
board.
thought you were about to ask about a Sea-Doo, the motorized thing.
No.
Like, I've been on those. Yeah, I've been on the boogie board.
I never knew how to boogie board until fucking this past trip.
Really?
Yeah, because they had like a beach shop out there, and I thought it was like a little thing for
it's
kids.
not surfing, so it's not hard.
Well, I mean, depending on how big the wave is.
Right.
So it was pretty cool because when that wave hits you, I just grabbed onto that boogie board and that thing just shoots you.
Have you ever seen those they're like boogie boards as well, but they're made out of wood and people use them to ride on right at the entrance of the water, basically. Not like into the ocean, but there's like sand and water between your feet, and then you just throw the board down and then you run and then you basically just skid it across the water.
Oh, I've
never
seen
seen
it.
it?
I've
You've
seen
never
it,
seen
but
those?
I've never been on one. Like,
Yeah,
there's a
those-
lot of cool stuff out there I wanted to do. Shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, I got I got a whiny ass teenager. Then I had a toddler that he was just crying all the time. No, but my
That's why you need to make a trip for just you and your wife.
yes.
Dude.
So that's the plan for next year. You know, when you come back, every time you come back from vacation, you get all fired up. You're like, oh, next year we're gonna go do this. So next year, my plan is to go to the Maldives. You ever been to
no.
the Maldives? I want to go there, and I'm willing to throw some money down for that. That's the I think you call them the bungalows or the little houses that sit on the water.
Now, is that still here in Texas?
No, yeah. No, bro.
No, but I mean, like on somewhere out there, like on those islands,
the
or what?
Maldives.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
Maldives is in the I think it's south of India or Asia.
Oh my God, you try to like travel the world,
yeah, bro.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
I want to do a bit. I've never traveled out. Okay, like these are the only 3 states I've been to in my life. I've never traveled outside of the country, not even to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been to Florida, Atlanta or Georgia, and California.
And what about Louisiana?
Well, Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. But I'm saying, like, if it's not driving this, like, if it's everything that's connected. So, Louisiana, then, at Mississippi, Alabama, because I drove through there to go through to Florida. And then I've also been to Georgia. So, everything down south. I've been in basically everywhere south and then California. So, everything else, I've never, or New Mexico, but I was like a kid. So that's the only places I've been to.
I think that's like a Texas thing. I don't know, because that's a lot of people that I meet here. They're like, oh, I've never been outside the state.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, so I mean, I want to travel north. I told my wife that after this pandemic, after the pandemic, I kind of really showed me like, bro, I really need to get out of my comfort zone and go travel.
Yeah.
And my people at work always tell me that all the time. Like, go get you, now's a good time to go get you a passport. I mean, it's gonna be on back order, but if
I think you'd be surprised how many people actually don't travel a lot.
Really?
Like, surprised somebody that I know. I was at Six Flags and I posted to my stories. Right, I was at Six Flags, and they asked me, "He's like, hey, where you at?" Right, and I was like, "Oh, I'm at Six Flags." And they're like, "Oh, dude, make sure that you get on this particular ride. That's at Six Flags at Magic Mountain in California." And I was like, "Oh no, man, I'm at Six Flags in I guess it's the Dallas. It's,
Arlington.
Yeah, right. So it's like
Six Flags over Texas.
Yeah, the Six Flags over Texas, the one that's in technically it's like
Arlington.
Dallas, right?
It's
Ain't
in
it?
Arlington.
I know it's in Arlington, but when they say it's Dallas, just like like the Cowboy Stadium, they'll
Yeah.
never say it's in Arlington. It's in Dallas, buddy.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyways, so I was like, yeah, it's over here in Dallas, and he was like, oh, I didn't know Six Flags had any other parks, and I was like, what? I was like, we have like 2 here in Texas.
One's in San Antonio and one's in.
Yeah, and like they have a bunch of Six Flags like in every state, you know, not in every state, but a lot of states have Six Flags.
Really?
Yes,
I
and
thought it was just
like,
California and Texas.
No. There's a lot more.
So the Six Flags represent the countries, right?
Ugh.
What
I
is the
don't
Six
know.
Flags? Look up.
I don't fucking know what it is.
Because I'm thinking about it because I'm like, okay, if the Olympics have the 5 rings,
Mhm.
you know, each ring represents a continent, I think, or region. I'm sorry, or a continent or region. I'm not sure. And then you have the Six Flags. So it's like, what do they represent? Is somebody off? Because
I don't know, but
they're
dude,
supposed to represent like everybody around the world, right?
yeah, I think so. The Olympics are. Have you been watching any of the stuff?
No. I'm gonna go
Nothing?
ahead and say that right now. No, I feel like it's rushed on us because it was supposed to happen last year.
right,
You know, because
right.
everything says Tokyo 2020 on there.
I
Have you
know
noticed
it's
that?
weird.
And to
Same
be
thing with like that European league, right? That Italy won.
which one? The UFEA.
I don't even know what it was, but I know Italy beat the English.
Yeah, so UFEA.
Yeah, it was like 2020. I was watching on the screen 2020, and I was like, wait, is this live or
No,
record? But it was like from last year since COVID basically didn't allow.
and the
any
reason
of
why
that
Tokyo
that
and
to
the reason
happen.
why the Olympics don't want to change anything to 2021 is because it's going to cost them a lot more money to change all the graphics and everything. So I mean, and to be honest, you don't even have fans out there.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like I'm not really. To me, I just feel like it's too fucking political, bro. Like everybody's trying to do a political stance or they're trying to make a political movement. It's just like, bro, just fucking throw the ball.
Bro, I think that we're just so fucking over it, right? It's
Yeah,
like
I think it just we're so tired of everything being so fucking political. Everybody, the cancel culture. Don't say this, and I don't know. I just think the
man.
older we get, it's just kind of like, it's so
the
it's
less
such a
that I
turn
give a
off.
fuck.
It's such a turn off, and I think it's gonna last a little bit longer because the younger generation, that's what they know. All they know is
I mean, we're basically raising like a bunch of fucking generation of trolls that think that that's like what you need to be.
Yeah.
Like you need to be being a troll will get you to places in life.
yeah.
You know, I kind of feel
Trying
like
to-
that. Like they try to be so fucking hurtful, you know, or like saying a bunch of negative shit to each other. But it's like, yeah, bitch, but you won't say that shit to my face.
Oh,
They'll
yeah,
say-
'cause it's-
they'll say it online.
Yeah, 'cause
or you'll
it's-
send it through a text.
Because one, we
But
don't
let's
deal with
meet
a
up
social
somewhere
word.
and fucking tell me. Like, let's have a conversation. You tell me
not gonna
all
happen.
that shit.
not
No,
gonna happen.
yeah, because it's not like how it's not the way people communicate with each other, anyways. So
Why? Because of the fucking algorithm that they are on. They're always right and you're always wrong.
yeah, and then again now you
I want to
have,
be on somebody's algorithm. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off. I just thought about that.
yeah, I guess. But and then now too, it's like the what is it? This is like the horse has been beaten down, but it's like COVID, and then again it's starting all over again, dude. Now, look, it seems like okay, so you have I don't even man, this is so complicated, and at the same time where you're like, if we got the shots and the shots were supposed to make everything go back to normal. Now that most people have gone vaccinated, and you start telling people that they need to start wearing, if they're vaccinated, they need to wear their mask again. Do you think people are going to be like, well, then what the fuck is the point of getting vaccinated? Like,
I think they
so what you're saying is that the vaccines don't work?
they're saying that it's.
Well, I'm just saying, like, how do you think people are going to view it? I'm not saying that that's how I view it, but I'm just saying in general, how do you think most of the population is going to take? To begin with, they don't even want to get vaccinated. A lot of people don't want to get vaccinated.
Yeah, because we're going through this. And then I think with this the news all of a sudden just coming back with COVID.
Yeah, because now they have the Delta variant.
Yeah, now
right?
they're trying to like really force it up on people that you need to get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Like just like the flu, the flu shot. But I don't think they pushed the flu shot this hard back then.
Yeah.
And they're doing that with the COVID because they're like, COVID can kill you. Well, there's a lot of shit that can kill me.
Oh yeah, I know. And then it's like the shots itself, the what is it, the flu shot? I get one every year.
Yeah.
So I never not gotten it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't. Them like going backwards, and this is how I know that it's starting to, like, they're gonna try this all over again. I saw like the stuff going up at work and at locations that, hey, regardless of whether you got your vaccine or not, they're gonna start rolling it back, and everybody needs to start wearing the masks all over again. You know, and I'm just like, man, we should just go fucking rid of these stupid ass fucking masks. You know, where everybody was like, if you're still wearing a mask at this point, it's because you ugly.
I tell you what, I saw before. If we go through another fucking shutdown again, I'm getting unemployment and I'm getting a PPP loan because I'm tired of fucking seeing these lazy ass bastards live a good life and not me.
Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it, you can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. 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 Hey, so there was something that I want to talk to you about earlier in the segment when we were talking about the Olympics. I want to ask you about this guy. His name is Charlie Kirk. I know a lot of people know who he is. He's kind of like a right winger kind of
activist.
Yeah. You know, did you hear all that stuff that he was saying about what's this girl? Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. Yeah, where he said that it's all
well, he was saying, like, we're basically raising a bunch of, like, kids that are, like,
yeah,
weak and
making excuses.
Yeah, and, you know, he was like, she's
making an excuse for a poor performance, and now she's trying to say it's on mental health. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, he was just saying, like, she's an embarrassment to the country, and, like, now the Germans have the fucking gold and we don't, and I don't know, dude. I do think it's fucked up that she feels that way, you know?
Yeah.
I think the way he came after her, I don't think it's completely right. I mean, I don't think it's right.
Let's I mean, I could see, we always say we can see it on both sides, but just for an argument's sake, okay? Let's say, you know, yes, everything that's happening to old girl, right? She's saying she has, you know, she didn't perform well. She has mental health issues. And she's saying that when she was doing her flips, she was like blacking out or whatnot.
Right. She lost sense of direction of what she was doing, which is super dangerous.
Yeah, because if you black out in the middle of a flip, you can fall and break your neck and you know, possibly go. But on that same note, is it okay to say the same thing about what if LeBron James or Dak Prescott had the same issue on their first game and said, oh, well, I'm performing good, I'm dizzy.
Not even first game. Let's say you're at the playoffs, because this is basically the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bro. Or you're playing for the champion. This is the championship game, essentially, you know, because every one of these is you're competing for gold, for the championship, basically.
So let's say that happens to them in the first quarter.
Of course, everybody will destroy them.
Yeah, exactly. And they say, you know what, I'm going to take a mental health. I'm blacking out. I can't do this. And I'm going to walk away, and I'm just going to leave my other team because I don't want to cost them the game. But yet you're a big, important person to the game.
Right.
But you don't want to cost so you're going to, you know, you're going to step out and let somebody else do it. Now, can we say the same thing about them that we're saying with old girl? Like, a lot of people are like backing her up. Yeah, that's right. Take control of your mental health, blah, blah. And then you got Charlie Kirk, who's saying, you know, bashing her for a disgrace to the country. Now, if it was on another athlete, which would be LeBron James or
I mean, do you remember that? It was like one of these playoff games where he had cramping issues. Do you remember that a couple years back for LeBron James, and then destroyed that dude over it?
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, we can have the argument saying, oh, whether athletes, they get paid millions and millions of dollars to deal with it. Well, I mean, they're also in a physical, you know, doing the same thing. They're in a physical form. They're in a physical performance. So, like, where do you really can you really argue the same argument with her and these guys? Like, how come it's okay for her to do it, but it's not okay for these guys to do it?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. When you're at that level and, you know, your team depends on you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then
That's
there's also another story that came out saying that the judges from the Olympics were not going to judge her fairly because she's so good. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, so another article came out saying that because this girl is so ahead of her time and she's so good that it's not fair to the other countries because she's going to bomb them anyway. So they weren't going to judge her fairly for it. You know, they were just going to like not give her the maximum points that she deserved. So, you know, to me, I feel like with hearing that would make anybody feel discouraged. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I competing for?
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, if that was true, then yeah. I mean, because I don't know where you're getting this.
Well, I mean, I've seen
from.
multiple. I've seen multiple stories talk about it because she was so good and she's considered one of the greatest.
Right.
You know, that they were gonna judge her fairly because you know she pretty much outdoes everybody. So it's like not even a competition. But it's like, why even compete? So you already discouraged this girl.
Well, but that's bullshit, though. Then
exactly.
She deserves to fucking blow everybody out of the water. If you're not on that level, then fucking go somewhere else, dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is like the fucking national stage, man. Like every one of these people are representing their own country. They're sleeping on fucking cardboard beds.
Yeah.
You know, and they can't even get out there and mingle with each other because of COVID.
They can't even have their families there.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like, why even have it?
I could see where, like, and what you were saying to your point earlier, where you're like, I don't even have like a lot of interest.
There's no interest in it because it's like you can feel like it's rushed, and then not to mention you don't have the fans there, and you know then you have everybody trying to make a political saying or a political movement. You know, then you have also the volleyball Norwegians. I think that's them. Volleyball not wanting to wear bikini bottoms, they want to wear long shorts, and then the Olympics are gonna fine them for that.
Yeah, right.
And then you have
that was New Zealand, right?
I think I'm not sure which.
I believe it was New Zealand. They were the beach volleyball girls. Instead of wearing the bikini, they wore shorts, like some kind of compression shorts.
Yeah,
and they got fined like $150 a person.
But it's not just them. Now it was another girls.
So now it's gonna turn into this whole like, hey, we're bringing back the power to the.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
Like I said, like it's just at the point. It's like, and then you have the gymnasts. There's a lot of gymnast girls that don't want to wear the the bikini. I guess the whatever bottoms. I forgot, like you call them. Like how women wear a one piece.
Yeah.
Showing their like basically look like underwear at the bottom. So
you're talking about the two piece.
Yeah,
the 2-piece bikini. Yeah.
Yeah. So they want to wear long shorts too. The gymnast people do.
Right.
So it's kind of like, same thing. And then they want to wear. Then Pink came out and said,
well, she's gonna take care of
whoever
New Zealand's fines, and now or whoever gets a fine.
You know what I'm saying? So it becomes more of a political. It's really uninteresting. I don't want to watch it. Like that's the reason why, because it's like everything you see on the news, it's a political statement. It's a political move,
bro. It's like the fucking. It's not even. I don't even know if you can call it news anymore. Like CNN.
Oh, it's not.
MSNBC.
That's not news.
Fox. Like, if you sit there and actually watch, because sometimes when I go into like customers' break rooms, and they always have it's either MSNBC, CNN, or Fox or anything. It's always like I walk in and it's like in the middle of some fluff piece, where it's like, well, she got this dog, and you're looking at the reporting, and then. If it's something on the national level that's happening in the White House, it's always just like it always panders to whatever side you're watching it on.
If you're watching CNN, it's all Democratic.
If it's CNN, it's like, oh, how great Joe Biden is, and then if you go to like Fox it's like that motherfucker's retarded.
Yeah.
So just shooting at each other.
To me, I watch a lot of business news. So I used to watch, Fox Business, and then they just keep going on the COVID political rant.
I like independent news.
Yeah.
Because really that's where you're gonna find a lot of the stuff that, none of these people want to report on, because it literally all of Fox has their donors and then all their people that they have to please, right? Like all their sponsorships, right? So it's like if you, God forbid, you say something wrong, then they're gonna pull it.
Yep.
So it's like all these networks they work that way. They got
to pretty much please the people that are paying their bills.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know,
And
if you're
it's-
just like, I gotta say what they want to hear, you know?
Yeah. So for me, I would just kind of like I like watching CNBC. It's just a business news station, and all they do is talk about business, and that's what I rather because I'm just trying to get my money up. Fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
But
ain't no shit, dude.
Bloomberg TV, same way. You know, they all talk about COVID. Fox Business is terrible. That's all they talk about is COVID and how much Biden sucks. You know, they always, it's the funniest thing.
Well,
ever, bro.
it's funny too because remember, like when Trump was in office, it was like, God damn, dude, like they couldn't wait to jump on the fucking bit. Anything that he did, it was like this motherfucker dropped a pen the wrong way, and, you know, or he sneezed wrong, and I'm just like, damn, dude, like fuck, can we get like
we get it. You don't like them, shit.
we get it, dude,
We get it. So
Fuck it
hopefully
with
we don't
Joe.
turn into a communist country like China, right?
Yeah, right, dude. Talking about that, I've been reading this this book called the Perfect Politicals. The Perfect Police State.
What the fuck you get politicals from?
Because we were talking about political shit. My bad. It's called the Perfect Police State, which if anybody's interested in like learning about how China operates and all the stuff that goes down over there, I would highly recommend you read it. It's really intense, bro. Like all the stuff I know we've talked about here briefly, like, you know, China, all the stuff that they've been doing to the Uyghurs, which is like their Muslim,
what?
the Uyghurs, which
Okay.
is their Muslim
I thought you said
population.
something else. I was like, whoa, this is a family show, Alfonso.
Yeah, we're fucking right. Dude, all this shit that they do to their Muslim population, and they're basically trying to it's like we're letting them basically eradicate humans from while we're watching it, you know. And
Wait, you want to start? You start all over again because you took a long pause. I just kind of like drifted away.
Well, China, what China's been trying to do, communist China, they don't like religion, right? They don't really have a religion. They're a communist party, like you are for the Communist Party, the CCP. You know, that's like your shit. Like there's no
Christianity.
No. You don't have freedom of religion, and now they have a Muslim population. They're Uyghurs, and what they've been doing is like they've been trying to get rid of them. So, you know, a couple of years back, there was a couple of terrorist incidents that happened that there were like Muslim extremists, Uyghurs. You know, they bombed the central. You know where that shit happened, where China kind of killed off a bunch of their own people.
Yeah.
You know, Tiananmen Square. Like they bombed that, so that was like their excuse to go move in, and basically they started displacing all these people. And now this book is basically about all the stuff that started happening from 2016 and on to now. And it's like how essentially they're controlling all these people. They're sending them to concentration camps, but they call them, you know, like re-education camps. They're basically getting the Muslim out of you. And
Kind of like brainwashing you.
yeah, exactly. So what they do is like they'll remove, you know, like parts from women so they can't even reproduce anymore. They pretty much make them sterile.
Oh, like the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, I thought that happened over time.
I don't know. I just saw, and I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you something false.
Well, anyway,
I
so
do that
it's
too
like
much.
it's okay. It's not a
okay.
big deal. We could bullshit our way through it sometimes.
Yeah.
You just got to.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so you know they're trying to control these people. They're pretty much putting them in concentration camps. They're killing them. They're putting them in situations that is just so fucking insane, bro. Like they, you know, after they started, I believe it was like 2016, they started their social credit system. So basically, what it is like you have like a social score in China. So if you want to go travel anywhere, if you have a negative score, guess what? You can't take like the bullet train.
So
you
how
might
does
not
this
be able
score,
to fly.
Like, how is this thing based off your score? Like, how do you
It
get
is
score on there?
It's based off an AI. It's an AI that pretty much tells based on all the things that you do. Because now anywhere you go, anything you do, you have to like. This sounds like I swear to God, it sounds like a dystopia where you're like, wait, this can't be real, but it's actually real. So like anytime you go by. If you go to the store, to the grocery, to like even to come in, you have to scan your way into the door. If you have to have the score to get in. Then when you're shopping, you have to scan everything. So they have
Like everything you touch or everything you want to buy.
no, everything that you're like putting in your cart to buy, you know? So it's like there's an AI algorithm that's like reading everything that you do, making all your movements. And based on this AI, like it's basically like Minority Report. They're trying to stop things before it happens. So it's like the AI could recognize and be like, well, based on Alfonso's purchases, he's been drinking a lot of beer Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He's a fucking alcoholic. We're going to demote his points, you know? So it's like you start to get like a negative social score.
Well, don't bring that shit to Dallas.
Right? So it sounds insane. It sounds crazy, but it's really happening. So, okay, so they started their social score system. So now all their, you know, basically their whole population, it's like your credit score, but it's like literally affecting your life. It's not like you can't just not buy a house or a car. Now it's like you're restricted to traveling, you know, you're restricted on a ton of other stuff. And then, you know, they're encouraged to, you know, the weird thing is while I was reading through this book, it's like you start to see kind of like the parallels of like, you know, all the stuff that's happening here with like COVID, where they're like, hey, we're doing all of this for your protection. You know, it's like, do this, do that.
Oh,
and I'm not trying to say that like I'm trying to get people to like fear monger or anything, but
you're scaring me.
But yeah, dude, it's like the shit that they do is just, it's fucking absolutely insane. And literally like everything that I just talked about is like the first like 4 pages of the fucking book, bro. It's like, it is so fucking insane.
And what is this book called again?
It's called The Perfect Police State.
The Perfect Police State.
Yeah, it's really crazy. This is the reason why you don't want fucking communism here in this country. You know, you hear people like these kids are like, oh, why can't we this and that? It's like, well, you know, usually when somebody has like the sole power to control everybody, guess what, dude? It's probably not going to turn out great for you.
Yeah. When everybody wants to think the same way and wants you to think the way they think because they think their way is right.
Yeah. At least here, it's like we have a republic, you know? It's like we all get to fucking vote.
Do what we want and
yeah, you have the freedom.
Want.
You have the freedom to say whatever you want.
Well,
now,
not anymore. Shit,
now,
you get canceled.
Well, I mean, it doesn't come without consequences.
Yeah, you get.
Well, see, hey, you know, and talking on that with the whole canceling thing, you know, I think there was like a report recently. You know how they pretty much like these social media companies kind of killed off Trump off social media.
Yeah.
Well, like they were showing like the amount of Trump mentions before, like on Twitter, on everything, before that happened, and then like a couple months later after it happened, bro, it went like literally to zero. Like he even tried to start his own like social media shit. He shut that shit down because there was like nobody fucking. There was like it wasn't getting any views. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't getting any views.
It doesn't follow anybody's algorithm.
No. But yeah, exactly. But like, can you imagine? Like, how fucking insane is that?
That sounds like our shit.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, they literally.
It sounds like our shit. We post fucking views and don't get nothing. It sounds like us. I feel you, Trump. I feel you. We on the same level, bro.
Yeah, get the views up, man. What the fuck? No, dude, but it's like, how crazy is that they like completely shut this motherfucker down, bro?
Yeah, I mean that's the power of social media.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
like,
even
that's fucking weird.
I mean, even
weird as fuck, man.
Like even if like people who run Facebook, people don't understand. Like when you make a Facebook page, Facebook really considers the page as a business or something that you can gain money from. So they don't push that stuff up like they would if you would be on a personal page. You know, personal pages, they get shared a lot. They pop up on people's timelines. You know, you get a lot more information out if you're on your Facebook personal page. But if you start a Facebook page, like something that's just pertaining to like a business or like hell our podcast.
Oh, really? Because as soon as they see that, they're like, as
soon as they see
y'all motherfuckers gonna pay me.
Yeah, exactly. So if you post something trying to promote something or trying to do anything, that's why they ask you, hey, pay for this and we'll make it bigger. Because that's exactly what they do. It's only on the Facebook business like pages or any kind of other page that you create. That's why a lot of it doesn't get a lot of views or a lot of likes or anything like that, because Facebook is basically making you want to pay for that stuff because they control all that. So to me, it's just like there's really no point in sharing stuff like that on any kind of pages unless you want to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. If you're trying to pay for it, and then they'll help you push it, but then at the same time, it's like, is that really going to bring in the target market that you want? No, if
exactly.
anything, it's usually like the people that want to listen to you will end up finding you anyway.
Because then you see like all these views, and you're like, oh my god, I'm getting like 10,000 views. But then if you look at the if you look at the turnaround rate on the stuff that you're actually doing,
right,
it doesn't get that. It doesn't do the numbers don't add up.
No,
just like buying bots, just like buying views, just like buying comments, just like buying followers. Just everything doesn't match up. Like the amount of followers you get should equal a certain amount of likes or comments that you get on one post. You know what I'm saying? But people who see people who like 20,000 followers on Instagram, they post a picture and you only see them get like 12 likes. Well, you know something's fishy there because it doesn't balance out.
Yeah, you have all these like ghost accounts.
Yeah, exactly. So even if Trump were to even try to create something for himself, I think just the word.
Well, it's not even that, but I'm just saying like him like creating his own little social space.
Yeah.
Do you remember like he had that? I don't remember what it was called, but like it had nothing. They basically like erased that motherfucker from.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that, I think that's kind of scary that we have allowed them to have that kind of power.
But you know what's crazy? If we were to use that same formula, you know how people want to make movements on racism and all this other stuff, like it's like make a big move and try to change something. If you notice, the way they did Trump was they erased him. They don't talk about him. They pushed him out to make it seem like he don't exist. There where the problem's gone. I think if we did the exact same thing to racism, the exact same thing to these political movements, to the cancel cultures, if we just completely stopped talking about them and completely the news was stop talking about it, it'll go away.
No, but how's it gonna go away, dude? It's not.
It is. It will.
No,
if you,
that's insane.
It only comes up when it's talked about.
Well, it's not like they're just. What are they gonna do? Like all these social medias are just gonna come and like deplatform everybody that's talking about political.
No, I'm just saying like
anything that's like any kind of
no,
like
not just social media. I'm talking about like the news.
Oh yeah, well I mean the news is never gonna stop talking about anything that's negative because that's how they get all their hits and that's how you get people to tune in. It's like somebody's scared, It's like, ooh, there was this riot over here, and there's like the January 6th commission now. We're getting them, which is like, what has that turned out? Nothing. Like, oh, some dude got like 8 months. I don't think anybody's been charged with like any terrorist attack shit. I'm like, at this point, like, what are they even? What's gonna come out of it?
Nothing. Just like our nothing. Just like our fucking views.
Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it, you can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. Anchor. Anchor.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
The fuck is that?
All right, guys, it's time for some what the fuck is that with Alfonso. Now these these stories may sound fake, but no,
Outrageous.
they're outrageous. They're real.
Outrageous.
They're very real, and it's happening all over the world.
All right, dude. Well, we got.
And what do we have today, Alfonso?
We have a Michigan lawmaker reporting $221 spent on his campaign at a strip club.
Jesus Christ.
So a Michigan lawmaker reported spending $221 of his campaign money at a strip club in Dearborn for a March 8th constituent meeting to discuss potential economic projects, according to the disclosure filed on Sunday. State Rep Jewel Jones turned in his new fundraising report ahead of Monday's 5 p.m. deadline for state office holders and candidates to submit the records. In a phone interview, Jones described the Pantheon Club, the venue of the meeting, as a lounge and said he wasn't sure if it was a strip club before the phone call became disconnected.
Yeah, I didn't know Ecstasy was a fucking strip club either.
I wonder what the meeting was about. You know what I'm saying? So a Twitter account using the name Pantheon Club describes it as the oldest and most established gentlemen's club in Michigan.
It sounded like somebody was trying to get away with some shit. That's what. And then when you ask about him, he's kind of like, "Oh, wrong one." He's like,
I don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah, he's like, "What do you mean?
"What do you mean? I saw it. We gave it a 5 stars." So I just came checked it out.
Yeah, dude, they came in there to discuss, all the issues that the state is having and the stuff that they could correct.
What is it? Not bringing enough bitches around here, half naked.
It's like we need bigger. We don't want the itty titty.
We don't want the
committee.
itty. Yeah, we don't want the itty bitty titty committee. We want the large titty committee. What kind of committee were they in?
Yeah, dude. So,
how much do you think they report expense?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this dude's trying to get his money back for the 220, the 221 that he got jacked from a stripper. I'm sure.
Yeah,
she was like,
he's all like, "Man, I was."
You know how like they're like, "You want one dance?" Next thing you know, it's been 5. They're like, "You owe me $500."
Yeah,
like,
right. We're like, "Wait a minute,
bitch!"
It was a remix. What are you talking about? A remix is considered one song. When they did a mix, that was one song.
Yeah, dude, it's not. It's never good. It's never good. To be at a strip club and watching a dude going back and forth to the fucking ATM, you're like,
yeah,
that dude, he's gonna wake up pissed tomorrow.
Yeah, somebody's getting their bills paid. I remember the first time.
That's Stimmy in action.
And now he's like, I want my $6,000 back.
That's Stimmy, baby.
Yeah, that Stimmy check. I wonder how much the strip. Well, no, the strip clubs wasn't open, but when it did open back up, them Stimmy checks.
I bet, I do wonder, like, if they did pretty well after everybody got the stimulus checks. I mean, everybody got the stimulus check, so.
I did. And
oh, you did go to the strip club?
No, I didn't go to the strip club. I turned that I turned that $3K that Papa Joe gave me, and then I turned that $3K to like $20K.
Oh yeah,
that was Daddy Trump. Daddy Trump was in the. That
was still Daddy Trump, right?
It was still Daddy Trump.
Yeah.
Daddy Trump gave me that $3K, and I turned that $3K into a $20K.
I do like how some of these,
and that didn't require no baking soda.
No,
no baking soda
to break it down. Huh?
Break it down.
Yeah, no. I do wonder if they did make a shit ton of money after that. Because you had all these dudes that were like trapped indoors. They're like, I'm tired of beating off. I'm going to the strip.
Nah, bro, that's how the OnlyFans got started. That's how it took off.
Yeah,
because the strippers couldn't go to the strip club anymore, so they made the OnlyFans.
Somebody told me, I have a friend of mine that told me about some girl who is like a producer on a podcast. It's pretty big. Anyway, so he was asking me, he's like, somebody spilled on how much she's making on her OnlyFans. And he was like, how much do you think she makes? And I was like, per year? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna guess 100,000. And he's like,
bruh.
nah. He's like, that's what she makes per month.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Bro, if
$100,000
so on TikTok, right? I'm scrolling, and then there was this one girl who was talking about OnlyFans, and she was breaking it down how it works. And she was saying that she quit her job. She was actually in, going. I think she went to law school. But she quit that because she was making it her OnlyFans in a week, bro. In a week, she was making about 5-10K a week.
Oh my God.
A week.
What are we doing?
Yeah. And it sucks because that's a girl's market.
Oh yeah. Hey, I got all the equipment so right out there.
If any females want to start a professional OnlyFans.
I take a 40% cut though.
Yeah. I'm
bringing you all the equipment.
Yeah,
so
you just gotta
do.
You just gotta bring the act.
We'll shoot you in 4K. We'll light you correctly, and man,
we
can make you having 100,000 a month in no time.
Yeah, we just require 30% of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I could do that. So, but yeah, she broke it down, and I was just kind of like, man. What if those guys out there that get all the nudie pics from these chicks, if they just take those pics and turn them into an OnlyFans account?
Oh, then you go to jail.
No, not necessarily, because some of them they hide their faces. So how do you know it's her?
Yeah, nah, but it's not the same. It's not the connection. Now,
What makes you want to get a certain girl's OnlyFans? I'm not saying that you have some. I'm just saying like
no. I'll be honest, I don't. But I'm saying I think the lure of it is like, let's say you went to high school with one of these girls and you were like, man, she was always so hot, and then you find out that she has an OnlyFans.
I think it's just because you have that one, you have that some connection.
What? Yeah, you're like, what? Oh my god! So, and this is the only reason why I bring that up is because I know somebody who was telling me that was the case. Because I was like, why would you get one? And that was the case. He was like, well, it was that I think this person, what it is. I knew them in high school. I always saw them; they're super hot, and then I found out that they had an OnlyFans. So I was like, fuck, I guess I'll go pay the $20. I was like, God damn, $20, huh? Well, because I guess it's no longer just $5. You can.
Well, it's just I think you can pick either way. But to me, I saw that the way this one girl does it is if you subscribe to them for free because they open it free, but they charge each individual picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you subscribe $20 a month. Then it's kind of like you're required to like put out all this content out just for like $20, and maybe some guys will tip you, right? But if you open your page up and subscribe it for free, now every time you drop like a picture or a video, you got to pay like $10, $15, $20, whatever they charge. You know what I'm saying? So let's say she charged let's say that she just did like 2 pictures in like 2 days. Or like in a week, and each picture was like $10, right?
Let's say I'm gonna give you this scenario. Let's say your wife comes up to you and she's like, and it's not even like anything that crazy. She's been getting hit up a lot for feet pics.
Okay,
would you be open to be like, you know what, do it? Let's say she's like, and you're like, well, hold on though, how much is it? It's like this guy offered me $300 for. Would you be open?
I mean, if it's feet pics, I mean, to me, I don't
That's
have
what I'm talking about.
I don't have a feet fetish. Like, to me, I find it weird.
Every day I wake up and I thank God that I'm not one of those dudes that have a fucking.
Like, I don't see how. I don't understand how. I've never even met. At least I never met a guy that openly says, "Yeah, I have a feet fetish." Yeah. You know, I mean, maybe that's something like guys kind of hold like personal. I mean, you can always ask a guy, hey, do you watch porn? And be like, hell yeah, I watched it. They open it all up. But if you ask a guy, hey, do you have a feet fetish? Like, no guy is ever going to come out and say, yes, I have a feet fetish. Have you heard anybody say I have a feet fetish? Or they have a feet fetish?
Yeah, I feel like I do have somebody who's told me that. And it's a mutual friend, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and they said it just like whatever, like and I was like, oh, okay, that's not weird at all. But
I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll tell you off mic who it is. But,
okay.
But yeah, dude, I mean, you wouldn't.
No,
for $300.
I mean, for $300, if my wife wanted to show her feet, shit, for $300, bro, I will go get her toenails painted myself. I'll be like, babe, you pick out whatever color you want, because we finna make this bread.
Yeah,
I'm not about to be the only one bringing in money.
Yeah, I know. I have heard, and it's crazy because there's like some other psycho crazy chick that she was on this
feet, bro.
Other podcast. No, but she was doing her OnlyFans, and this is kind of like a big girl, right? She's pretty thick, and she's like, yeah, last year during the pandemic, I made over $1 million just from the OnlyFans. I was like, fuck, man.
Why can't they do shit like this for guys?
Why?
And then there's some girls who don't make it big, and it's kind of like, well, now you know how your local rappers feel.
Bro, even if you don't make it big, dude, if you get like a stable 20 to 30 people to do it monthly, you can get your car payment out of it or a little more. Exactly. And the best part about this is you don't have to touch any of these people.
Yeah, but I think it's more for girls kind of like, oh my God, like you're looking at me. Now, every time she goes out, she's probably thinking, did one of these people that I'm out and I see, do they subscribe to me or do I know them? But I guess it feels kind of weird too if because I think the girls see who subscribes to them, the person running the page.
I mean, obviously. Who do you think is making a legit profile? Hi, my name is Alfonso M. I'm this age. This is my address. Here's a picture of me. You really think any of these people who are like making these accounts have like any actual real info other than their credit card info that gets charged? So no, they're not going to know who it is. It's like you have a subscriber subscribe to you, the dingo. Like, who the fuck is that?
The dingo. And imagine being imagine seeing somebody, or you're like, hey, I'm the dingo.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, like, you're walking down the street, somebody walks up behind you, and they're like, hey, I'm the dingo. You're like, oh my God. You're like, don't fucking touch me, dude.
True. But and even this, so like if you're a girl, you're OnlyFans, you have all these people you don't know subscribe to you, and they're giving you all this money, but yet when you go out, they have to subscribe to you somehow. They know you somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you feel,
Well, a lot of these girls promote themselves on TikTok.
True.
And come on, you already know that if you show up on there with a fucking bikini, that video is gonna go get at least 3,000 to 4,000 views at minimum.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter locally. That's just a given. Yeah. And it could be like somebody that has like 300 followers, and you're like, she has 10,000 views on this video, and I know why. It's because of those drugs.
Because she has no morals.
And she needs saving from the Lord. Dude, but yeah. So
don't run away from the Lord.
They promote themselves on there, and then it's like I said, man, you just need a little steady 20, 30 people.
Would you allow a girl to post feet pictures for $300?
I would honestly. I don't know.
Because
this is the reason why I would say I don't know, is because you're like, okay, what if it starts there and it starts to escalate into other things, I'm not saying that she would do it.
It is like a gateway drug.
Yeah.
Because once you see how much money you're making, then it's kind of like the idea comes up. Let's try this.
I don't know, dude. Like, people have
let's try that.
People have like hella fetishes of like, like, I don't know if you've heard of these too, where it's like you have them wear their underwear, like go work out with it, and then they send you their panties not washed or nothing. Yeah. And then you get it in the mail.
Yeah. I've heard.
And you can and dude, that market for that is insane. Like, they're selling those panties like $300-$400.
And people in prison are doing that, bro.
What do you mean? Like, they're buying it or selling it?
They're both.
Wow.
Like, some guys will get on there and they want like the women's panties from prison.
What?
Yeah. I'm telling you, we're disgusting,
what?
bro. We're disgusting.
Dude,
we're
for
nasty.
real. How did we get this far?
Yeah.
How did we get
Now I know the meaning men ain't shit. Now it's hitting me. It's starting to hit me now. Why they say that?
I saw a clip of it. This dude was doing a review. He had this girl wear it like not wiped completely right or something. And then he just opens it. He's like, oh God, this is, and you're just like,
nice and good.
God damn, like, dude, who fucking beat you? What the fuck?
Right?
Like,
what kind of childhood trauma did you have?
It's like I wouldn't want to be your therapist. Like, goddamn, that dude's got bodies in his fucking basement. You know what I'm saying? There's gotta be
boo. They're underneath his house.
Somebody's fucking trapped back there. They're like, hey, please let me out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's in there going, oh God.
And they'll pay like a lot of money for it.
Yeah, I know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, there's just dudes. But y'all want equality, so we're gonna fight for that.
Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. Make sure you hit up our website, talkwithbeer.com, to catch up on all the latest episodes on there. Make sure if you are watching us on YouTube that you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, so that way you get notified every time we drop a new episode. Also, if you're listening to us to Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those other good listening podcasts, make sure you follow us on there, so that way y'all too can be notified every time we drop a new episode. And always remember, guys, keep those tacos hot and spicy.
Those beers coming out.
Hey, will you guys let me know if this ever airs?
I hate goodbyes.
Get the hell out of here.
Bye, Felicia. I think I'll go home now.